Alright guys, so today I want to talk to you about these two phones. Okay? This is the Note 4, this is the Note 8. Now, I've been using this Note 4 for maybe, I don't know, 2 years, 3 years, something like that. And I've been holding on to this phone more than 2 years, 3 years, probably 4 years actually. And I've been holding on to this phone specifically for, if you're a Note 4 user, you know what I'm talking about. The battery. This was the last Note that had a changeable battery. Everyone after that had the built-in battery, and I was really trying to stay away from that because I thought I was outsmarting the bunch by doing that, and that I could just constantly renew my phone by putting a new battery in. Well, it lasted for a little bit. I went through maybe 3 or 4 batteries, and every time I'd get a new battery, I would get a little bit of an improvement, but nothing major. The reason why is I just really started to work this phone more and more, and there were more apps available. And you know, as time progresses, you notice that your phone becomes more essential in the day-to-day, especially if you start transitioning into businesses and a variety of projects online. You know, your phone's demands rise a lot, and sometimes when you have older technology, it doesn't keep up. So I basically cooked this phone. It got to the point where it just would not turn on anymore, and then when it would turn on, it would reboot and just constantly keep rebooting. What I did is I switched the battery because in the past that has corrected that problem. So if you do have a Note 4 and you really can't afford to move up to another phone and you're having that issue, make sure you hop online, go on Amazon. You can buy a battery for this. It's real easy. There's nothing to it. I would suggest getting a decent battery because there's just so many variations out there. I'll link the one that I used, and they seem to be doing pretty well since I've gone through a few different batteries. But when this thing finally got cooked, I was forced to find another phone. I had a friend who wanted to sell their S6, their Samsung. I said, you know, I can use that for the time being. As I used the S6, I started to notice how far behind I was sticking with the Note 4. Everything was just a little snappier, and the operating system is a huge factor. The fact that it had the newest operating system. I know you can root these and all, but I just sometimes don't feel the processors and everything can keep up, and things clearly age with electronics. So I found that a newer phone, even though it wasn't as powerful, a Note line phone, it was just the Galaxy S6, it just performed so much better. So I said, you know what, I think I need to get myself into a Note. So I found this Note 8 online. You can find them on Amazon. They have a section where they have you know, some of the older phones, and they're reconditioned, and they're great. I bought this one, and guys, there is a massive difference between the Note 4 and the Note 8. If you're still using the Note 4 and you think that battery issue is enough to stay holding on to it, you better break out of that mindset and try this guy out. You can buy it on Amazon. Amazon backs you up with a return policy, so you really got nothing to lose, okay? This thing functions just so much better. The battery life on this is way better than the battery life on this. The internal memory is larger. This is a 64 gigabyte, and that's just standard included. And then you have an expandable memory card. One thing I don't like about the new Note 10s is there's no more expandable memory card. Another thing that I really wanted to hold on to with this phone was that expandable memory card. So it was the battery and the expandable memory card. But guys, this has the expandable memory card. Do not buy the Note 10 and spend all that money. This is still so new and will perform really fast. I have a friend who has the Note 10, and while it is beautiful with the huge screen, Functionality is not that much different than this. This one is also waterproof. So the Note 8 is the first one that started the waterproof thing. You know, I have kids, and sometimes stuff spills on the phone, and it's a pretty messy life as a dad. This phone, I don't have to worry about someone spilling anything on it, about it getting wet by a pool or anything like that. So the waterproof feature, the speaker on here is awesome. It's one tiny little grill on the bottom, and it's just so loud. And the cool thing is if you're at night and you're watching a video and you realize the volume is just way too loud, and you know it takes a second to lower the volume, you just throw your thumb over that grill and you practically hear nothing. So it's a convenient feature to be able to do that. It's got the fingerprint scanner on the back. The Google activation on here, the Google Assist, just works really well. It's just so fast compared to this. The old Note 4. The menu is great. The flashlight's very accessible on here. I know that seems something small to most, but for me it's huge. The resolution is just fantastic on this screen. I'm not even setting it at the highest because I figured it'll help with my battery life, and battery life's really important for me. But I have this at full HD, but there's WQHD, which is like some super resolution. But to me, I mean, it's really nice, but it's beautiful on the full HD. So there's no need for me to change it. But guys, just snappiness, functionality, operating system, waterproof, the feel of the phone is just so fancy, if that makes any sense. But it's just heavy, smooth. I mean, it just feels so much better than this. You know, now the screen is a little different in that it's like longer a little bit than this one. Let's see here. We'll put them side by side if you can see that. This is like a little taller and a touch more narrow. And I thought that design was going to be weird, but it's actually really nice. The bezels are so small, it kind of just curves down on here. I bought this screen protector, and I bought this. I love these. I use these on all my phones, so I don't have to bother with a wallet. I have everything in there. And then also, you get the Samsung Pay right on here, you know. So, yeah, guys, I don't know what more I can tell you, but don't hold on to this phone if you can, you know, make the choice to switch to this. You don't have to spend $1,000, $800, $700, $500. You can get these for about $200, $250, $275, between $200 and $300, depending on maybe you know, what's going on sale wise or anything. But they're only going to get better in price, and you're still future protected. You know, this thing's not going to outdate anytime soon. You should be able to get at least a few years out of it. And again, the battery life is fantastic on this thing. So I would encourage you to take a chance, pick this up. I love to buy stuff on Amazon just because they have an awesome return policy. So if for any reason you don't like it, you know Amazon's got your back. But anyway, hope this helped for anyone that's holding on to the Note 4, dealing with a little bit of lagginess, dealing with battery issues, and just kind of hanging on to this. If this still works, I would suggest sell this online, go on Craigslist or Letgo or whatever site that you use, and just get rid of this thing. Whatever money you get for this, buy this. Believe me, you will be very happy you did, and you'll have saved yourself some money from buying these you know, new phones at ridiculous prices when they come out brand new. Highly recommend it. Hope this helps, guys. We'll see you later. Oh, and another thing I wanted to tell you about this phone is while it does have the expandable memory card,